the song that Taylor wrote for the film. I love that I'm like on a first Taylor Swift. So yeah, just the song that Taylor Swift wrote for the film is just so perfect.
I have, like you, heard the tall tales told about the marsh girl, an abandoned child.
I had a family once. They called me Kaya.
So hi, my name's Olivia and I'm from Cineworld, and we are very excited to be bringing Where The Crawdads Sing to the big screen. So first question, I was wondering how you got involved with this film.
So I got the audition through, I think, the summer of 2020, and I bought the book as soon as I could, and I read it in 2 days, and I was filming on a sci-fi at the time, so I was reading it sat on a spaceship, which was a real experience, very different from the environment in the story, but yeah, so it just came through, and I auditioned.
Amazing. And how did you find the audition? Did it click like right at the start?
It really did. I had a meeting with Olivia, our director, and we talked about the character in the world and the story and the murder mystery aspect and the epic romance. And there was so much about Kaya that I really kind of resonated with. And so I auditioned, and my friend Bio auditioned with me, and he was sat in a bath behind the camera, and then Olivia was propped up on like 3 different pillows, and because it was a Zoom audition, which I'd never really done before. But yeah, I felt immediately like when I read the sides that, that I really connected with that character.
Amazing. Yeah, Zoom audition is classic 2020, isn't it?
Very 2020 of me to have a Zoom audition.
I wonder if I'm here at all.
You are. I think you're gorgeous. I want to get to know you better.
So the character you play, Kaya, in the film, she displays a lot of her emotion through her facial expressions and with her words. And I was just wondering, how did you get into character for this role? And did you draw inspiration from anywhere?
Yeah, well, luckily I had the book, which was sort of the thing that I drew most of my inspiration from was reading her kind of inner life, and I would lift quotes that I felt were really important and put them on my script. And so I had a really great kind of reference for every scene. But I also... I had to kind of try and get the accent right, and that was a big part of finding Kaya as a character, because she's quite a gentle character, I think. She's very resilient as well, and strong, but she's also very gentle. And I think there's something about that voice that really helped me access that part of her. So I think nailing the accent was something I felt was really important. But I was in New Orleans for about a month before we started filming, so I did a bit of prep. I did a bit of like learning to ride a boat and to drive a boat. I don't know if you drive or ride a boat. You drive it, don't you?
I feel like maybe you drive.
I think you definitely drive it. You don't ride a boat. Anyway, I learned how to drive a boat, which was really helpful, and I did a bit of fishing and drawing and things like that. But yeah.
I mean, so you got really like immersed in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I tried to, which is nice.
That leads so nicely onto my next question. I was going to say, the marshland is such a feature of both the book and the film. Are you excited to see how this comes across on the big screen, and why do you think audiences should see Where The Crawdads Sing in the cinema?
Yeah, well, this is my first time being in something that's going to have a proper cinema release, and so I'm so excited, and that nature is so beautiful, and I think Polly, our DOP, just captured it like in such a stunning way that when you watch it, I really hope that you feel like you're almost in the environment. And also there's so many aspects of this story that I think are really thrilling. There is this murder mystery that's kind of permeates throughout the story. And I think seeing it in the big screen with a group of people is such an exciting thing, because there's a lot of twists and turns, and I really like the idea of people sharing that in the same moment watching it. And I've been going to the cinema for years, so it's so cool to have a film come out in the cinema. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it looked so incredible on the big screen. Like the landscapes were just stunning.
Yeah, they really were.
You didn't see me here.
The marsh girl, she killed him. I know you have a world of reasons to hate these people.
No, I never hated them. They hated me. They harassed me.
No, they never did see me here.
You want me to beg for my life? I won't. They're not deciding anything about me.
In the book and in the film, your character has a huge interest in wildlife, birds in particular. And I was wondering, do you share this passion with Kaya, and did you do a lot of research into wildlife for the role?
I did. So I tried to read all of the books that Kaya reads in the book and the film, and I when I was there, you couldn't ignore the environment. It was so sort of on your doorstep, just these incredible sort of birds that I'd never seen. You know, I mean, I love a good bird, so it was really cool. And I definitely share a love of nature. And Kaya learns so much from the environment that she's immersed into, and she really understands how to navigate the world through observing the way, you know, animals and different creatures do. So, yeah.
So Taylor Swift has written a song, Carolina, for the film. I found when watching the film that the music fitted so perfectly and the soundscapes and everything came together so beautifully. And I was just wondering if you think that kind of all the soundscapes and music helped bring the film together.
Definitely, like I really do. And the song that Taylor wrote for the film, I love that I'm like on a first Taylor Swift. So much.
Taylor.
So yeah, just
Go on, speed dial.
the song that Taylor Swift wrote for the film is just so perfect, and you know, she captures the feeling and the essence and the tone of the story so beautifully. So I was so excited to hear that she'd written a song for it, and yeah, for sure that the soundtrack and the sound of nature, it really does help create the feeling of that story. And I love that part of filmmaking, that, you know, every department is so important to create a feeling of something, and also how amazing that so many different people can read the book and all come together to create one vision of it. And I always, you know, it was so fun for me stepping onto set and seeing how a set designer had imagined the thing I had imagined in my head, and same with costume and music and edit and, you know, camera. So I love all of that aspect of things.
Incredible. And last quick question, what is your favourite thing about the cinema?
I love popcorn.
It's a big part of it.
But I just love the excitement of sharing something in real time with a group of people, and you know, especially when you don't know what's coming, or just the all immersive quality of like the sound and the big screen. I think there's nothing like it. It's so special.
Yeah, incredible. I couldn't agree more. Oh, thank you so much, Daisy. It's been really lovely meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
In spite of everything trying to stomp it out, life persists. Way out yonder, where the crawdads sing, the marsh knows one thing above all else. Every creature does what it must to survive.